Sailors and pirates and scalawags we, in the dark Caribbean, on a roiling sea. Our health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. There's 5 in the crew, what are we to do? We've been blinded by a bilge rat, caught by a croc, drowned in the droppings of a seagull flock, stung by the jellyfish hung from a rail, battered by a barnacled humpback whale, stabbed in the groin with a rusty pitchfork, keel-hauled under a Spanish man-o'-war. Our health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. There's only 4 left on this bloody poop deck. We've been obliterated by an obscure oyster cult, mashed by a marrow mortal, quite an insult, electrocuted by an eldritch eel, an ancient elder our souls did steal, livers all black from years of rum. I just found out where scurvy comes from. Our health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. We're down to 3 on this forsaken sea. We've been bitten on the back by a banded sea crate, drawn and quartered by an angry sea wraith, shot in the gut with a cannonball, carried off whole by a carrion crow. Our lungs all filled with wet consumption, shocked by a shoggoth. Now isn't that something? Our health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. It's just us 2, we are so doomed. We've been gnawed on by a necro swine, pickled in a barrel of bile and brine, garroted by a gorilla crab, smashed so flat by a coral slab, burning under the sun in a gibbet cage, feeling the wrath of a mermaid's rage. Our health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. Now it's just me, it's time to flee. But I've been chomped in half by a fossil shark, chained in the well of eternal dark, stoned to death by a mad Jamaican, got heart disease from too much bacon, swung from a noose which did not slacken, gored by the beak of a love-crazed kraken. My health is low and the danger's high. There's so many ways to die. Well, you could complain that life's not fair, but the angry sea, it just don't care. My health is gone and the end is nigh. In the dark Caribbean, so many ways to die. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. When I was but a wee boy, my father said to me, "Son, for generations we've sailed upon the sea, but danger's out there lurking to send you to the grave. So learn your ABCs, lad, perhaps your life you'll save. Now sea monsters they come in many shapes and sizes. Let's review them all now so there be no surprises. A is for albatross, hung around your neck. B is for bilge rat on a briny shipwreck. C is for Charybdis hiding under a rock. D is for deep ones in the great abyss they stalk. E's for ancient elder who'll try to steal your soul. F is for a fossil shark who'll try to eat you whole. G is for giant squid with tentacles of steel. H is for hydra with many heads that kill. Some monsters be above ya, some monsters be below, but the monsters that'll get ya are the monsters you should know. I is for infernal pelican who's got a massive beak. J is for jellyfish whose sting will make you weak. K
Spinosaurus.
Oh, right. Good evening. This is Matt Rose, and tonight we are going to be shooting a couple of Beardy episodes. Yeah. It says episode 41, but it's really episode 24. I'll change that later. You probably don't care. I know. It's been a long day of painting, so my hands are all covered with paint. So I'm looking forward to shooting some Beardies and getting back to maybe doing storyboards tomorrow night. That'll be fun. All right, so let me turn off the picture-in-picture and head on over to the studio, and we'll start shooting Beardy. All right, there we go. Okay, walking the 12 feet over here. Here we go, waving to the camera. Okay, here we go. And we're ready to go. I got my... Make sure that cat beard looks nice. Why, thank you, Jenny. Jenny made Beardy's beard out of one of our cat's hair, so I have to make sure that his beard looks nice. Okay. So tonight, okay, so we're going to start the camera. It is about, I think, 30 centimeters away. And hopefully that looks good enough for the cat beard. Cat beard, that sounds like some kind of pirate cat beard. Okay. Not sure what kind of cat beard the pirate would have. All right, so we're doing 2 tonight, Mathing Mates and Pier Beer Ban. And so I'll start with Mathing Mates here. And we're going to start with the medium establishing shot.
Hey, Scully! Yeah.
With the standard entrance, hey, Scully. Oh, I need my phone here to run the Trexo. And Trexo's been, he's been behaving. So, I'm going to move this over here. Very good. Okay, so let's load up the Trexo here. Trexo app, closing 25 apps, including a map. Not going anywhere. Okay, Trexo app, there it goes. I wonder if I need to reset these or not. We'll find out. Okay, there we go. Select pan, tilt, and the slider. And like Blackbeard's ginger cousin, Catbeard, yes. Catbeard, the red-headed pirate. I guess Beardy is Catbeard. Okay, is this working? It does seem to be working. Okay, let's pull it back a little bit. And let's move that a little bit. That'll work right there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, let me... phone's charging, so it's going to sit over there. Let me check the... Oh, I need to turn that wireless follow focus on. I replaced the battery, but then I forgot to turn it on. Okay, there it goes. Now that's on. All right, let me tweak the focus there. That's not too bad right there. Okay. All right, so we're doing Mathing Mates and Pier Beer Ban. I've forgotten the punchline of one of those jokes, but we'll hear it pretty soon. All right, so we got H-E-Y-O and 2 S's and then a K-U-L-L-Y. Okay, a couple of Y's there. He's pretty much starts his yar right there. He's started up the yar. Okay. He was hung from the yard arm. Oh, that's a joke there. All right. Sometimes the pirate jokes just keep coming. He was hung from the yard. Okay, I have to write that down. Okay. Heading back into the room so I can write this joke down. Because you never know when inspiration's going to come. Here I am, sitting in front of my laptop computer, getting distracted and writing down jokes. All right, so the punchline was, he was hung from the yard arm. All right, there we go. So we've got punchlines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 punchlines. Just need 3 more punchlines. Get back. 3 more punchlines, and then there's 10 jokes. Then we have to figure out who's going to say those jokes. That's how the process works. Okay, so back to this nonsense. So we're pretty much ready to shoot. They're both in neutral position. I have my fill light on setting 2. That's 3, that's 4, that's 1, that's 2. Kind of like that. I have blue key light, or white key light with a blue jowl. And that's the lighting. Now their LED lights, their LED eyes do provide a little bit of practical lighting. Fix the focus there. All right, and the time is 7:20 and it's 2:17 here in Denver, Colorado. And we will do the first medium established greeting. All right, let me see if I can get his mouth a little bit closer. Here we go. And here's our first shot. Maybe there's the first shot. Oh, I need to move the cursor over here. There it goes. All right. I use this little keypad that Dragon Frame sells just because it's fun. You can hit return as well, but I'm just used to, it's kind of a convenient place.
Hey.
All right, I want his mouth a little bit more open for that. Hey.
Hey.
There we go. All right, and then bring him up a little bit. Tilt his head over a little bit there.
Hey.
Okay. All right, I have to turn behind me because my, let's see, is this gonna, maybe this cord is long enough. I didn't charge up my iPad, which I use as my monitor to see if there's live chat comments or keep track of who's watching. We have 4 viewers. That's exciting. It's kind of what I average is 4. So that's nice. That way I can tell jokes to 4 people. Okay, there's that. Now I can see that too. All right, so now we're on Hey Oh.
Hey up.
Okay, so I'm gonna move his mouth down a little bit. Move his head over a little bit.
Hey up.
Okay, and then he's going to close his mouth. I'll move his head a little bit, and then close his mouth for that S sound. S.
Hey up.
Okay, and I don't like to leave the head. Well, if it's a non-talking head, a head that's not going to be focused on, I like to move it every 3 or 4 frames, so it's not just sitting there stationary. If there's a repeated phoneme, like this S, I'm going to move the head a little bit.
Hey up.
One of my pet peeves, at least for myself, is seeing a head that's just stationary. Your eye is drawn towards it.
Hey up.
It just kind of ruins the experience for me for stop motion if something doesn't move from frame to frame.
Hey up.
Okay. Now the head doesn't have to move, but something has to move. So it's his jaw or the head.
Hey up.
Okay. So like there's a bunch of Y's here. So I'm going to move it a little bit slightly, just so it's not sitting there.
Hey up, Scully.
It's called stop motion. It's not called stop, stop, or stop non-motion.
Hey, Scully!
All right, and then I'm going to start closing his mouth a little bit. Move a Scully this way.
Hey, Scully!
Okay. And I'll move him a little bit more. Move a Scully a little bit more.
Hey, Scully!
Now he's already saying yeet. But I found, having done 140 of these, that I'll let him say a little bit, and then once I really hear the loud yar, that's when I'm going to open the mouth all the way. He's got about 3 or 4 mouth positions. Some of the puppets have 4 to 5 mouth positions. So you get a little bit more nuance, but I think he's got like 3 mouth positions, maybe 4.
Hey, Scully!
Okay. And I'm going to start moving Beardy back to neutral.
Hey, Scully! Yeah!
And usually I'll leave a Scully's mouth open for a couple of frames and then start to close it.
Hey, Scully! Yeah!
And then I'll start to close it here. Yeah, that's too much. Here we go.
Hey, Scully! Yeah!
And then, as I've mentioned before, because the audio is coming from this speaker into my microphone, it's going to be delayed when it gets played back. So, unfortunately, I don't know, there might be a way that I could run the HDMI audio, maybe turn the HDMI audio on for this camera. I know there's a mic on for it. I don't know, I'd have to look into that.
Hey, Scully! Yeah!
It looks like his mouth needs to get closed a little bit. Here we go.
Hey, Scully! Yeah!
All right, and then I think the next bit of dialogue starts.
Hey, Scully! Yeah!
Yep. All right, so we're done there. That is 18 frames. Apparently my poker is magnetic. Okay. 18 frames. All right, don't fall over, dude. Okay. It's going to fall over. Okay, 18 frames. Now I can move this a little bit this way so it won't fall over. Okay, there's that. And I'm going to move the mask out because it's a 1.6 times compression because of the anamorphic lens. All right, so I need to, this is called Mathing Mates. I'll go ahead and make another one for Pier Beer Ban. All right, now back to Mathing Mates. All right, there must be a math joke in here. All right, and then we're going to leave the camera set. I use a 100mm lens with no diopter for the establishing shots. And
Hey, Scully! Yeah!
okay, there's that one. Now I'm going to do a new take, which is number 141. Oops, sorry. I'm going to do a new scene, which is going to be 141. And this one is Pier Beer Ban. Okay. Save it there. I need to set this camera at 1.6 times anamorphic de-squeeze. Set this mask back to 9 to 6. Put his mouth closed. See if I can get Beardy's mouth closed all the way. There we go. Time is 7:28 in the Mountain Time Zone. All right. Welcome, viewers. I see we're up to 5. Thank you very much for spending a little bit of time with us this evening. I watch live. I like to watch live artists, and I know after about 10 or 15 minutes it gets a little boring. So I'm just glad that you're here for a little bit checking us out. All right, so we're going to pull up that audio file for Pier Beer Ban. And I'm going to start it about right here.
Hey, Scully.
Okay. Again, it's the same Hey Scully. All right, so Hey O. All right, well, I'll put 2 S's there. So we're just parsing out the dialogue. And really, these are notes for me. I mean, like if I'm doing nights and the mouths aren't moving, I usually don't parse out the dialogue. I just listen to it. But this helps me know when I have to close the mouth in order to reopen it for a new syllable, word, or phoneme. So if I didn't have the notes, then it wouldn't be as... the dialogue wouldn't be as synced, because I'd be like, oh, I made a mistake. Oh, I made a mistake. So I parse out the dialogue. And who does the voice for this part? Well, this is voiced by Jason Eliot Tennis. He's one of the original 3. So Sam Del Rio as Sailor Sam, Curtis Boddicker as Captain Sebastian, and Jason Eliot Tennis as Beardy are the original 3, and then we started adding some new pirates. We added Oyster Earl. We have Machete Mary coming up in the next week or so. And then when technical director Jenny gets around to it, we're going to have a mermaid. That'll be fun. Then I'm kind of toying with a character called the Cabin Boy, which I think would be fun. But a guy that I watch, is it Dragon Soup, I think his name is? He got like an AI block because the AI thought that he was putting kids in inappropriate situations, and it was just a cartoon. So I think any sort of insinuation of youth is probably not good. So I don't know, maybe the Cabin Boy would be too edgy. Okay, here we go. Gonna shoot here. How many total pirates in the end? There'll be six pirates when technical director Jenny Kimball finishes her mermaid. Okay. All right. Of course, she is studying in school. Very proud of Jenny. She's finishing her biology degree as an adult student. She drives down to campus, and very proud of her. So she is going to be starting a new career, hopefully this summer. Okay. Including Scully. Okay, with Scully is 7. You're right. I miscounted. So currently there's Scully, the 3 original guys, Captain Sebastian, Beardy, and Sailor Sam. And then the next generation, there's 3 next generation. There's Oyster Earl, Machete Mary, and then whatever the to-be-named mermaid. So yes, that is 7. 7 undead pirates doing comedy. We could go on tour. All right, where was I? All right, so did I shoot this one or not? No, I need to shoot that one. Okay. All right, now we got another S. So there we go. Okay, and then it's going to open up for the KU. Coincidentally, I went to KU. Go Jayhawks. All right, now going to close them up a little bit for that L. Oh, I need to move him a little bit so he's not stationary. Our eye is drawn to motion, so the character who's moving and talking, we're going to look at. But as I mentioned previous, I don't like to have my non-dialogue speaking characters be stationary. Okay, here's that. I'm going to move his mouth up a little bit, maybe tilt his head back. They're on ball and socket joints. The original the characters are the same, all 4 of them. all the original guys, but they used to have toothpicks for their necks, which is kind of funny. And then I really, if you watch the first, I don't know, 20 or 30 episodes,
Hey, Scully!
you'll see they just move their heads back and forth. And it was a toothpick poked in foam.
Hey, Scully!
And the foam was getting a little long in the tooth, and I was having to kind of fix it. And I was like, you know what? I got all these ball and socket parts.
Hey, Scully!
From armatures, why don't I do a ball and socket? So I experimented with some stuff, and Oscoli was the first one, I think, that had ball and socket.
Hey, Scully!
And it helps. I mean, it makes it more interesting in terms of being able to move the head around. I'm learning more. When I put
Hey, Scully!
when I put the knights on ball and socket, since their mouths don't move, I was doing a little bit more physical comedy and kind of learning what was interesting to watch for a character that wasn't talking.
Hey, Scully!
I mean, that was talking, but his mouth wasn't moving. So, anyway. All right, so we're almost done with this one here.
Hey, Scully!
Okay, so that was 19 frames. Okay, so we are 19. All right, and that was number 1. Okay, so we're going to render this out. Okay, turn the mask back to 4.5. I have to turn the mask back to 4.5 because it's 1.6. Compression mirror or anamorphic lens. And there's some math involved there. I won't go through it, but basically, so that the picture doesn't end up being squished, you have to turn this mask out to 4:5 ratio, or else it looks like an old movie.
Hey, Scully!
They got squished. Okay, now we're going to go back to 140, which was Mathing Mates. I'm sorry, 140. Okay, and open scene. It's a new take. It's going to be a close-up of Beardy doing the setup plus Scully's reaction. These are just notes that go in the description of the shot. Okay, and then we're going to move the camera. All right, so Trexo, you ready to move?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, the new Trexo firmware has been very good. I say that, and is it moving? Looks like I lost connection. Okay, well, it's not Trexo's fault that it loses connection. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Okay. Uses Bluetooth Low Energy as the protocol. It's what I do for my work. I sell Bluetooth stuff. All right, here we go. Now Trexo should be ready to work. And there goes Trexo. Okay, so we're moving up here. And then once we get in position, I'll focus and set up the pan. Would be nice if I could just have this all preset. I wonder if there's a way to do that or not. I mean, you can set all the points and stuff, but I'm always having to reset up the shot. It would be a little less work, but such is life. I really like this system when it's working. There it goes. Okay. I need to turn this down a little bit. I wish they had a fine. You can change the speed, but changing the speed of the pan, I'd rather just be able to hit a button and just have some fine, what do I do with my, oh, here it is, some fine control on the camera. But you can't, oh, I need to put on the diopter. Okay. All right, so this is a +2 diopter. It is, in essence, a magnifying glass that goes on the front of the lens, and it moves the focal plane and allows me to do close-up shots without having to change the lens. If I had to change the lens all the time, I would be kind of like, this is tedious. All right, I gotta make sure I don't drop this. I've been pretty lucky. I've not dropped a diopter. I dropped a lens cap and it broke. That was irritating. All right. There's the diopter on. Sounds like technical director Ginny is just showing up. All right, so now we're able to focus. Okay. There is Mr. Beardy, aka Catbeard. So ironically, Beardy is shorter than Oscoli, whereas in real life, Jason is, I think, close to 6'4". He is very tall. He does have red hair too. All right, and that's not too bad there. Okay, so I need to set up the pan here. That's my first position. Lo and behold, it got saved. Now I can kind of move this pan here, herky-jerky. But it is working. All right, and they are not in the same focal plane, so I need to remember, this happened last time too. I need to remember to focus him after the pan. Okay, I set up the stop motion feature of Trexo, which works pretty good. Basically, I can set the different states of that. Okay, so now we're ready for this. So we're going to parse now the setup of the joke. I'm going to get a drink of water. Here's my water. Okay. All right. Oh, and the heater just come on. All right. Hey, technical director Jenny, can you turn the heater off? Let's see if she hears me. All right. So I'm just gonna run upstairs real quick and turn the heater off. Oh, I forgot. It hasn't been too cold around here. Okay, I gotta crawl under that cable. Okay, here we go upstairs. Oh, she turned the heater off. Okay, thank you, Jenny. Okay, now I gotta crawl under this wire. Okay, there we go. That's one of the dangers of working in the basement. Is the heater or the air conditioner during the summer. 2 years I've been doing, well, it'll be 2 years in June. I've been doing YouTube. Stop motion this time, about 2.5 years. Okay. Need to move this here. Oh, sounds like Miss Hannah's back too from work. Okay.
Yeah. Did you hear the patchy?
All right. Cats will be happy they can get fed tonight. I don't feed the cat. I don't feed the cats.
Did you hear the?
That's what the ladies do. Okay. I mean, in a pinch, I'll feed the cats once they attack me, but usually. All right, looks like the is here. There we go, and there's here. Okay. There's that, and there's that. All right, did you hear that, Patchy? We'll play it all the way through.
Did you hear that Patchy's goal is to sail the circumference of the globe?
Oh, really, Beardy? What distance will that be?
2 pi r.
Hardy R.
That's pretty funny. All right, so yeah, I forgot about that one. 2 pi r. Circumference joke. If it was a night, it'd be circumference, right? Okay. So this has actually got a little bit of setup here to it. All right, so there's a P-A-T-C-H-Y. And then there's an S, and a goal, so G-O-A-L. All right, so it's kind of long L's. Okay. There's S-A-L. Actually, it's really A-A-L. kind of using. All right, that's the. It says, oh, I'm going to put S because it's phonetic. IRC. All right, it's kind of UMM. Kind of FEREN. Kind of an S sound and then OF. Keep hitting OD. Okay. Turn that notification off. All right, so. Oops. Bloop. Okay, so THEG. Kind of LO. Kind of that B is hard to hear. All right, we'll hear it when we go piecemeal. Okay, we'll start the pan there. And then standard response, oh really? And then he usually parses out the rest of the joke. Or restates like the second part of the joke, helps set it up. So he has something significant to say. Okay, REALLY. Oh really, Beardy? Okay, just a couple of Y's there. Alright, so what distance? Okay, so WHAT. DISTA. And that's the other thing about the basement is you get to hear all the water noises. ANC. What distance will that be? It says will pretty quick. I say he, it's me saying that quick. Alright, so not too long of a setup. 71 frames isn't long. Like I've had some of them here recently. It's like 100, 120. Alright, so we're down to 3 watchers. I had some people watching for a couple minutes before they lost interest. It's not bad. I understand when I watch live, unless it's like a sports thing or a politics thing, you know, if an art thing, I'll watch an art thing for 10 or 15 minutes. Get some inspiration. Okay, gotta stretch there. All right, here we go. Start this setup. So we've got 4 more shots tonight. So we have this setup, this punchline, the other setup, the other punchline. And we're doing pretty good here. Okay, so here we go. Usually these runs run about an hour and a half, 45 minutes each. Okay. All right.
Did you?
Okay, here we go.
Did you? Did you hear?
All right, so I gotta close this on this R so we can open it up for the that.
Did you hear? Did you hear the? Did you hear the? Did you hear the?
Okay. Close that.
Did you hear the?
All right, there's that right there.
Did you hear the patch? Did you hear the patchy?
All right, I'm gonna move the backspace, back drop,
Did you hear the
back stop.
patchy?
So I don't have to listen to that a whole bunch of times.
Patchy's.
Okay, here's that.
Patchy's go. Patchy's go. Patchy's go. Patchy's goal. Patchy's goal is.
Okay, with this backdrop here.
Patchy's goal is the.
Okay, close it for that pass.
Was this. Was this. Was the same.
Okay.
Was the sale. Was the sale. Was the sale the.
Okay, close it for this S here.
Was the sale the. Was the sale the sir. Was the sale the sir. Was the sale the circum. Was the sale the circum. Was the sale the circumference.
All right.
Was the sale the circumference.
S, so I'm going to keep that closed.
Was the sale the circumference.
Okay, with the backstop here.
Was the circumference of.
Open a little bit for that.
Circumference of. Circumference of the.
Okay, big open for globe.
Circumference of the. Circumference of the globe. Circumference of the globe.
Okay.
Circumference of the globe.
All right, I'll start closing his mouth a bit.
Circumference of the globe.
See if I can close it in more.
Circumference of the globe. Circumference of the globe.
All right, now we will do the pan. Okay, so there's 3.
Circumference of the globe.
Okay. Start moving him. 6.
Circumference of the globe. Oh.
Okay. Move the backstop. So I'm not going to watch this all the times. Move to 9.
Oh.
Alright, did we lose something here? Did I lose my pan? Oh, Trek, so you were doing so well there for a while. Maybe I should have reset you before I started. Alright, it doesn't look like it's working. Alright, I may have to reprogram it. You were doing so well there, Trexo. Now you decided not to do well. We'll try one more time, or else I'll just do a manual pan. Finish this up, and then reprogram it. All right.
Oh,
Okay, well, side is gonna work again.
oh,
Okay, there's 9. Oh, and I need to fix his focus. Okay, there's that. And then move his head. There it goes.
oh,
All right, that'll work. Okay, move this backstop.
oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Okay, just knocked everything over.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Really?
Oops.
Really?
Okay, he's gonna close his mouth.
Really?
All right, there's a certain rhythm to stop motion. And when Trexo decides it doesn't want to work, kind of throws off the rhythm. All right, but we're back going here.
Beardy. Beardy.
Okay, close it for this dead frame here. Dead, no dialogue.
Beardy.
Okay. All right. What should nickname it T-Rexo? Oh, you should name it T-Rexo. Yes, I could do that.
Beardy. What?
That would be a cute nickname for T-Rexo.
Beardy. What?
All right, I'll get you a heart for that one. There you go. I'll get you 100 for that one. Whoop. There you go.
Beardy. What? Beardy. What? Beardy. What dis?
Okay.
What dis? What distance?
You should name it T-Rexo. Okay.
What distance?
Oh, he's still got his mouth closed.
What distance? What distance? What distance? What distance? What distance?
Okay.
What distance will that? What distance will that?
Distance.
What distance will that?
Okay.
What distance will that? What distance will that be?
Okay.
What distance will that be?
All right.
What distance will that be?
Missed a frame there, but
What distance will that be?
yeah, it's fine. Nobody's gonna say anything.
What distance will that be?
All right, so here's the whole shenanigan.
What distance will that be?
Oh, I need to move this back.
Did you hear that Patchy's goal is to sail the circumference of the globe?
Oh, really, Beardy? What distance will that be?
That's not bad. Okay. Here's that. This is a close-up of Beardy with the setup plus O Scully's reaction. And it's all caps. Okay, mathing mates. Here we go, export. And let's see how many frames that was. Moving right along, just like Kermit the Frog. Okay. You set that back to 1. It used to be 0, but now it's 1. Okay. See how that turned out.
Did you hear that Patchy's goal is to sail the circumference of the globe?
Oh, really, Beardy? What distance will that be?
Okay, and it was, I think, 72 frames. Yep, 72 frames. Okay, so let me move it back here. Shot 2, 72 frames. We start about 740. Okay. Now we will do the punchline, 2 pi r. Okay. So put that back there. We will do a new shot, which is a close-up of Beardy with this punchline, plus O'Scully's Hardy RR. Okay. Get rid of the notes here. That. Move the dial, move the waveform here.
Of the globe?
Oh, really, Beardy? What distance will that be?
2 pi r. 2 pi r.
Hardy RRR.
Okay. All right. Okay. T-O-O-O. We'll just do. We'll do phonetic P-I. I guess just the letter R. A whole bunch of times. Even though it's kind of AR. Here we go, AR. Okay, and then there'll be the pan here. Just put the letter X there. Okay, H-A-R-D-Y-Y. Okay, A-R-G-H-G-H. A-R-G-H-G-H. Okay, A-R-G-H-G-H-G-H. Okay. Now, that's kind of where he stopped last time. So I'll leave him there, but I'm going to close his mouth. Okay, for continuity, we'll just leave him in that position, then he can move back. Okay. And the time is 8 o'clock. So the punchline started at 8 p.m. Okay. All right, I need this little poker stick. Boop. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of open mouth here.
2. 2. 2.
All right, let's start to close it here.
2.
I want to close it a little bit more. There we go.
2. 2. 2 pi. 2 pi.
Oh, you know what? I did not refocus him. He's a little soft focus.
2 pi. 2 pi.
Okay, I'm going to close it for anticipating the R.
2 pi.
It's like 12 frames of the same syllable. Okay.
2 pi. Two pi r.
Okay. I can safely say that's the longest syllable I've had to animate. Okay, I'm gonna start closing his mouth a bit. Ah! I dropped my poking stick. Alright, he's also going a little bit soft focus. Why do you call out the time? Because, as I go searching for my poking stick, that's the best way to get this. I like to keep track of how long it takes to shoot anything because I am notoriously bad at determining how much time it takes anything to complete. Oh, getting too old for this. So I write down how much time it takes to do each shot. Now it takes roughly about 45 minutes to do an episode of the Pirates, kind of regardless of the frame count. All right, where was I here? Oh, he's coming back here. So if I had to ever determine like how long it was going to actually take me to do an entire production, then I would have a pretty good idea of like how many seconds I could shoot a day. Now it did take, oh, I got two more people. Hello, two people. Hello. It did take about 2 months for me to build the 8-foot pirate set and shoot the 4 minutes of the music video, So Many Ways to Die. That was my first major project. Okay, what am I doing here? So I kind of know it's like, okay, 4 minutes over 2 months, but that includes building a ship. All right, so now I need to start the pan on my little Trixo app. 3. Hey, look at that. Okay, so that's why I keep track of the time. Plus, I'm an engineer, and frankly, I don't necessarily have to keep notes, but I do keep notes because, there it goes. It just makes me feel comfortable that, like, the process is going right. If I kind of follow my standard pattern of notes. Okay, I need to focus him. All right. There he is right there. Okay. So that is a, I think, does Mini Rig make this? It's a I think it's a, oh, Small Rig. Small Rig wireless follow focus, which is just a lifesaver. So the camera has this little pack that sits on it, and it has teeth that roll the focus onto the lens, and it just makes, I'm glad that I don't have to touch the camera. Or I'm fortunate that I can afford the stuff to make it so that I don't have to touch the camera. It makes the experience better, and I probably shouldn't have opened his mouth so soon, but that's fine. Okay. Okay, close his mouth a little bit. Okay. And open it up there. Alright. He's already saying R, so I'm going to leave it open. Alright. Close little bit, move his head back.
Howdy-yar. Howdy-yar.
All right, and we got 2 more RRs. So move his head a little bit, open all the way.
Howdy-yar.
Okay. So thanks for watching tonight. I do appreciate your time.
Howdy-yar.
I'm Matt Rose. I have a basement full of sets I've made the last 2 years. Tonight we're doing Beardy.
Howdy-yar.
And, you know, it's funny. Sometimes these shorts do really well. Like, the best it's ever done is 12,000 views.
Howdy-yar.
And then, like, the last 2 that I posted got, like, 38 and 45. So I don't understand the YouTube algorithm.
Howdy-yar.
But you know what? I have a fun time doing this. I really do enjoy this.
Howdy-yar.
I'm 56, and this is something I wanted to do my entire life.
Howdy-yar.
Make my own little movies, and I'm just having a blast.
Howdy-yar.
And I'm learning so many different things, audio, video. I used to have a recording studio in Los Angeles when I was younger, so the recording stuff comes natural.
Howdy-yar.
Video stuff's kind of new to me. I had to watch a lot of YouTube videos on lenses and cameras.
Howdy-yar.
Watched a lot of videos, YouTube videos on cinematography. I love 70s movies, so
Howdy-yar.
you know, I am a bit of a film buff.
Howdy-yar.
And when I write my scripts, you know, I like adventure movies. Those are the ones that I like. So all this is kind of just small adventure movies. And I like jokes. I work at the Renaissance Festival, so. Okay, so there's this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And this is a close-up of Beardy's punchline plus O Scully's Hardy R. So I've been a street comedian at the Renaissance Festival for 17 years. And just, I don't know, pirate jokes, Sir Knight jokes, tea jokes, all that kind of stuff. I do like to entertain. I like to tell a joke. I get it from my mom. My mom's a good storyteller. All right.
2 pi r.
Howdy-yar.
Technical director Jenny Kimball, she is a good storyteller as well, so she's very crafty, as is her sister Hannah. They help with the crafts a lot of times. They help with like especially the fine work. Okay, we are done with that one. It was 46 frames. All right, that was shot 3, 46 frames, and we finished about 8:10 on that one. Okay, now we're going to open up file 141. Oh, did I render that? I can't remember. I don't think I rendered it. Okay, so, or did I? Too busy talking. All right, come on, computer, you can do it. There we go. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so documents. You guys should tell me if I rendered it or not.
We weren't paying attention.
That's fine, that's fine. Okay, this is Mathing Mates. There's 3 files there, so I rendered it. Okay, now we're going to open up the scene 141, which is the one we shot. The establishing shot previous, open scene, new take. This is going to be a close-up of Beardy with the setup plus O Scully's reaction. Okay, there's that. And we got 2 shots here. We're already set up camera-wise. I do need to move the pan back to Beardy. All right, so we'll move the pan back. Position 1, there we go. Is it going to work? Are you going to work? I don't know. Are you going to work? Trexo? Come on, Trexo, you can do it. Trexo's been acting a little flaky. Not a lot flaky like previous, but just a little flaky. All right. I never know if it's like, it looks like Whiplash connection. If it's the phone, my phone is 4 or 5 years old. Probably would behoove me to get a newer phone. All right. Okay. Try this Trexo again. Close Trexo, open Trexo, connect. All right, Trexo, you gonna work this time, buddy? All right, go to frame 1. Yay, it worked. Okay, now we got to focus Beardy. There we go, Beardy's focused. Okay, now we are going to get rid of these parsing notes here from the setup, and then we're going to move the dialogue audio file.
Hey, a Scully, yar!
All right, so I don't replace the dialogue file. I print the dialogue with reverb and compression and EQ, and it just makes the timeline easier. So when I take these clips and put them on DaVinci, they'll sit back to back, and you know the dialogue's there. It just makes the process easier. Okay, so let's listen to this joke.
Did you hear that Patchy had to throw out all his liquor when he headed into port?
Oh, really, Beardy? They didn't allow alcohol on the pier?
Nay, it was a dry dock.
Howdy, arr.
All right, double meaning, dry dock. If you're not familiar with that term dry, it means no alcohol is allowed. Like Kansas, where I grew up, on Sundays it was a dry day. I think they used to call it a dry state. Or back in 20s or 30s, a dry state. I don't know. Dry just means no alcohol. Okay. Sometimes you have to understand American popular idioms to understand these jokes and puns. She's going to get mad at me because the hair is all over the place. Hannah says, sorry about the water noise. You know what, Hannah? It was nice. It was like a refreshing rainy day down here in the basement. All right, how's his beard look? It's all over the place because he's just a crazy man. Okay. There we go. Okay. Moving back to neutral, and then we'll start parsing the joke. Okay. All right, here we go. Parsing now. All right, so D-I-D-Y-A. A lot of my jokes seem to start with did you hear? Did you hear pirate jokes? Did you hear that Patchy, poor Patchy, the butt of all the pirate jokes. Had to throw. I'm gonna just move this up here. Throw out. A-L-L-L, all his. L-I-K-K-E-R, well, won't use the Q. That's actually K-E-R-R. Poor Patchy lost all his liquor. Okay. That's Winnie. Whew. How am I going to do that one? It's more like knee. When he headed into port. H-E-A-D-E-D-D.
he headed into port.
Alright, that's really INTO. Oops.
Liquor when he headed into port.
Alright, so I'll put 2 R's and a T. That's where the pan will start. Okay. Oh, really? Oh, Scully's standard reply. Okay. REAALLY. Alright. BEARDYY.
They didn't allow alcohol on the pier.
Alright, so they didn't allow alcohol. Oops, that's all one. They didn't, something like that. ALLOWW, something like that. Oh, there's alcohol. Okay. ALCO. HOL. Hall. Actually, that's OL on. ON the. Oops, that's all one word. PEE, again phonetic. This R starts about right there. All right, 83 frames, that's not bad. And again, I've had some of them about 110. All right, take a drink of water, then we'll start shooting. We are an hour and 10 minutes into this. Okay. All right, here we go. Use this little beard stick. It's a little kind of stylus that I bought from Amazon. I used to use a pencil, but then I realized I was putting lead on their chins. Which was kind of funny. Their chins were getting darker and darker. And I was like, why is this chin getting darker? So I have moved to a stylus to poke the mouth when I don't want to touch it. Because with his beard, I can't really close his jaw. I have to kind of close his jaw underneath.
Did you hear?
So I have to kind of come over here and then move the stylus underneath his jaw and then kind of pull up on his jaw.
Did you hear?
Where with O'Scully and some of the other characters, I can just use my hand.
Did you hear that?
All right. Hannah says that didn't touch. I don't understand that, Hannah. Did you comment with your bottom? All right.
Did you hear that?
All right.
Did you hear that?
She just... I don't understand what that is. I'm going to have to save that. I like that comment. Okay.
Did you hear that?
All right. Did you hear that, Patchy?
Did you hear that?
Okay. I'll close it for the T. And keep it closed with the CH.
Did you hear that, Pat?
Okay. Haha, I bet that was a cat. Huh. So a cat commented on the movie, on the film.
Did you hear that, Pat?
On the live stream, excuse me. Okay.
Did you hear that Patchy?
All right, I'm gonna leave that open for head.
Did you hear that Patchy?
And close that for that D.
Did you hear that Patchy had?
And then to throw.
Did you hear that Patchy had to?
I'm gonna leave it. Well, actually, for throw, that's kind of a closed.
Did you hear that Patchy had to?
And then we'll open it for throw.
Did you hear that Patchy had to throw?
And I'm gonna close it for out. It's what it sounds like when you go fast through the audio. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it wasn't a cat. Okay.
Did you hear that Patchy had to throw?
All right, and then we'll open it up for the at.
Did you hear that Patchy had to throw out?
And then I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna move the backstop here so we don't have to listen to that audio again.
To throw out?
Okay.
To throw out?
And he keeps that L there for a while, so I'm just gonna keep the mouth open.
To throw out all?
And then he's gonna close it here so he can open it up for his.
To throw out all?
All right. Okay, and then technical director Jenny says smiley face. There we go.
To throw out all his?
Okay.
To throw out all his?
Okay. And we are shooting this episode tonight in honor of Hershey the Wiener Dog.
To throw out all his?
And Hershey the Wiener Dog I bought for my now ex-wife Penny
To throw out all his?
17 years ago, and Hershey passed away yesterday.
To throw out all his?
And he had a very long, happy weenie dog life. He was a cute doggy. He was a well-behaved doggy.
To throw out all his?
Unlike his buddy Henry, who was a naughty dog.
To throw out all his liquor?
But Hershey was a very good doggy. He was well-behaved. He was a friendly doggy, too.
To throw out all his liquor?
He was a good wiener dog. All right. And he had a good 17-year run.
To throw out all his liquor? To throw out all his liquor?
Okay. Winnie.
To throw out all his liquor when he?
Okay, I'm with the backstop, so I don't have to listen to that dialogue over and over.
Liquor?
Okay. And I'm going to close this Y so you can open it up for H.
When he?
Okay, there's that.
When he?
He says headed.
When he had?
All right.
When he headed? When he headed it?
Okay, he's already saying in.
When he headed in?
So I'm going to open it, leave it closed for that and open it up for 2.
When he headed into?
And he's got port here.
When he headed into?
I didn't really say port yet, so I'm going to close it for that.
When he headed into?
Okay, there's that.
When he headed into port? When he headed into port?
Okay, start closing it for that R.
When he headed into port?
Okay, close it as much as I can for that T.
When he headed into port?
All right, we'll start the pan here. Okay. 3.
When he headed into port?
There's 3. And then 6.
When he headed into port. Oh.
Okay, and he says O. Okay, 9, which is 3/4 of the way through.
When he headed into port. Oh.
Oh, and I need to focus him because they're not in the same plane. So when it goes over to him, I got to refocus, and this is 12. Yay! Look at that. Okay.
When he headed into port. Oh.
Okay. Move this backstop.
Oh.
Okay. Close his mouth a bit.
Oh.
Alright, we'll open it up for really.
Oh, really?
Okay, close it for that. 6 people watching. Hello, 6 people. Good to have you here.
Oh, really?
We are shooting, we're finishing up the second episode of 2. This is Pier Beer Ban.
Oh, really?
Okay, and this is Beardy. And we're finishing up the second, oh, this is the setup.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, really?
So thanks for joining us tonight. And
oh, really, dude?
the girls are probably upstairs playing Legos, so.
Oh, really, Beardy?
All the waterworks are done for the time being.
Oh, really, Beardy?
Down in the basement, we hear all the plumbing. Okay, we did turn the furnace off.
Oh, really, Beardy?
Okay. And the audio is not going to be in sync for you guys because you're hearing it through my mic, and there's like a, I don't know, so many second delay.
Beardy?
But we'll play it back here. You should be able to hear it.
Beardy?
Okay.
They did.
Okay.
They did.
All right. And we're doing Scully there. Let's see there.
They did.
Int. I'm just going to leave it closed for that.
They didn't.
I've kind of learned,
They didn't.
having done 140 of these, I kind of learned, like, what works
They didn't allow.
in terms of which phonemes and syllables.
They didn't allow.
Kind of matching
They didn't allow.
a fully fleshed out mouth with a jaw moving up and down.
They didn't allow. They didn't allow.
I mean, ultimately, it's just flapping his jaw up and down, but
They didn't allow alcohol.
if you didn't see it moving up and down, it wouldn't be as interesting.
They didn't allow alcohol.
Actually, I'm going to leave that open there.
They didn't allow alcohol.
Is he going to... No.
They didn't allow alcohol.
I got to close that because he's going to open it up for Hall.
They didn't allow alcohol. They didn't allow alcohol.
There we go. And then I got to close it a little bit because he's going to say on.
They didn't allow alcohol.
Okay. There's that. 6 people. That's a lot.
They didn't allow alcohol.
All right. Well, welcome. Hope you guys are having a good... is it Tuesday night?
They didn't allow alcohol on.
It is the whole... On my company, I work for Panasonic selling parts.
They didn't allow alcohol on the.
And we took Monday off for President's Day, so my gauge is kind of off a little bit. All right.
They didn't allow alcohol on the.
All right, I'm going to kind of move his head a little bit.
They didn't allow alcohol on the.
I'm going to kind of rotate it a bit.
On the pier.
Like that.
On the pier.
I've recently kind of started
On the pier.
angling the heads for questions.
On the pier.
I think it's something we do in the Western culture.
On the pier.
I'm going to close his mouth for that a little bit. There's that.
On the pier.
All right, it looks like Jenny is #1 commenter and Hannah's #2 commenter. So you other 4 people, I need to say something.
Oh, on the pier?
I need to close it a little bit more. There we go.
Oh, on the pier?
All right, so we've got 85 frames. And that was shot 2. We started that about, I don't know, 8 something. 8:15. Okay. So we're going to open the mask up to 4.5 because it's a 1.6 compression anamorphic lens, close-up, Beardy plus Scully's reaction. There's some math involved in order for it to go back to 1:1. And it turns out in Dragon Frame you set it to 4:5. I had to email the support guys to say, what am I supposed to set this to so it's not all weird when I compress it? And the guy's like, well, set it to 4.5 and that'll work. And then he showed me the math, and like, even though I've got 2 engineering degrees, I'm like, okay, I don't understand it. I think I might have understood it once. I just don't remember how it's doing. Okay, so there's that, and here it is.
Did you hear that Patchy had to throw out all his liquor when he headed into port?
Oh, really, Beardy? They didn't allow alcohol on the pier?
That's not too bad. Okay, so we're going to move this back here, and we're going to start a new shot. The close-up of Beardy punchline plus Scully's ha ha ha. And this will be our last shot for the night, even though I misspelled Beardy. Okay. Get rid of that stuff. Move the WAV file. Okay.
They didn't allow alcohol on the pier?
Okay, so we're going to start it about right there.
Nay, it was a dry dock.
Nay, it was a dry dock. Okay, and then I got to move this back to position 1. Are you going to work? Yes, you're going to work. Okay. And then let's go back to Trexo. Okay, you can stay right there. I need to close his mouth. Like dogs tilt their heads. Yes, absolutely. There's not much difference between dogs and undead talking pirates. Okay, absolutely. Okay, there's that. So we had somebody view for about 5 minutes. That's pretty cool. All right, you know, it is so tough to get people's attention. Just nowadays, there's so much that we can do on the internet. So if I get somebody watch my live stream for 4 or 5 minutes, you know what? I'm going to call that a success. I'm going to call that a success. Okay. I'm having a good time. I'm talking. Hannah is commenting. Jenny's commenting. Cute. Like dogs tilting their heads. Okay. Oh, I got to parse this out. All right.
Nay.
He says nay. Okay. N-N-A-A-A. I-T-W-A-S. A-D-R. R-Y. Oops. Okay. There's nothing here. Actually, I'm just going to do X. D-O. K-O-O-C-K. Okay, we'll start the pan about there. There's 4 frames of pan. H-A-R-D-Y. that. All right. So it's our last shot for tonight. Okay. Got 5 people watching. Hannah says, nay, a, nay, a. That is correct, Hannah. All right. Okay, so he's going to start with his mouth shut because he's saying ends. It's got an A there. Forgot my beard poking implement. Okay, here we go.
Nay. Nay.
All right. There's that.
Nay.
It's kind of bouncing a bit. Close his mouth a little bit.
Nay.
Close it a little bit more. There's that.
Nay. Nay.
There's that.
Nay.
All right, you're going to close it with the T.
Nay.
Okay, his head's kind of tough a little bit, so I'm going to bring it back down there.
Nay.
Okay, it was, well, he's still saying the
Nay. It was.
Okay. Close this.
Nay. It was a. Nay. It was a.
That.
Nay. It was a.
Okay, now he's going to say dry here. Like a horse. Hopefully not those those 78 Breyer horses we have in the garage. Okay.
Nay. It was a.
I think I'm going to close that. Technical director Ginny collects these Breyer horses.
Nay. It was a.
So we have about 75 of these plastic horses in the garage.
Nay. It was a.
Okay, move his head for that.
Nay. It was a.
Okay, I'm going to move this back stop so we don't have to listen to that rest of that.
It was a drop.
Okay,
Was a drop.
and I'll probably close it just a little bit since he's probably going to start closing that.
Was a dry.
There it goes. There.
Was a dry.
Okay, and then he's got a dead frame with nothing, no vocals, no dialogue, excuse me.
Was a dry.
All right, and then there's that. There's that.
Was a dried.
Okay.
Was a dried. Was a dried.
Okay.
Was a dried.
All right. Close it for the K sound. Fricative K. There we go.
Was a dried.
Okay, so that's Beardy's last shot.
Was a dried.
All right, and then we're going to pan over for our last shot of the night. Look at that.
Was a dried.
Okay, that's 3 of 12. Here's 6 of 12.
Was a dried.
And I need to move this back
Was a
thing, and then I need to go to 9. And I need to focus him. There we go. Trexo is working. Now I need to focus him. There we go. It's pretty good there. And he's saying Hardy. Okay, so there's that. Okay, har, D-R-R-R. There's that. Okay. Close that Y. All right. And we are 10 more minutes. Okay. There we go. Let's do it. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. And he needs to close this bit. That. And I'm going to leave it open a little bit. And then, let's see here. I always like to leave it open once. After I hear him stop, and then I'll close. And we'll do a couple of dead frames. And that will be our shoot for tonight. So we'll load up the pipeline with 2 more jokes. So, okay, so 49 frames. All right. And we finished at 8:45. Going to move this to there. Going to render out. Close-up of Beardy's punchline plus Scully's Hardy R. All right, well, thanks for watching tonight. Really appreciate you guys watching. Unplug this so I don't hurt myself turning the lights on. Okay. Watch that render, and then I will... In past episodes, I had it set up so you could watch DaVinci, but the problem is you can't hear the audio.
Nay, it was a dry dock.
I think if my computer was newer, I think I could set OBS up to stream both the video and audio, but it's kind of creepy without his lights on. But in this the older version of OBS, I can't do the audio, so it's no sense in having you watch me work without audio on the editing platform. Okay, shut that off. Shut that off. Put that on there. I'm just going to leave the diopter on there because I'll be shooting some more Beardy in a couple of nights. All right, so I need to... Oops. I don't need a new folder. I need to move these files. Okay, documents. There we go. Those are off, and that is off. Let's turn this off here. Okay. Now, we're going to go to exports. So we're going to copy Mathing Mates, copy, drag and frame exports, paste, go back here, and Pier Beer Ban. There's 3 files. There's that. Copy to here, drag and frame exports. All right, so we'll just move into here and say our good evenings. So I appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate you, Technical Director Jenny, and sidekick of humor, Miss Hannah Kimball. What am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to turn this POP on. There it is. All right. Well, thank you very much. I hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. We'll probably do storyboards tomorrow.
Hey, Scully! Yar, Stinkosaurus!
Oh, right.